Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is day 7 of my 12 days of Christmas on my Christmas series. If you don't know what that is, please go and have a look at day 1 to 6 before you watch this one, or after you've watched this one, whatever you want. So today I'm back with a Dobo, Christmas Dobo. I'm going to be using red, white and silver fabric. So I'm going for like maybe a candy cane look with the whites and the reds. I'm going to be doing a 3-layered bow, starting with, so basically I'm going to be using this plain net in red to do the base, the wrap of the door. So it's going to be going right around. It's going to be like a chocolate box bow around the sides and the length of the door, and I'm going to be using this. I'm also going to be using a 3-layered bow. The bottom layer is going to be this fabric as well. This is normally about 50 pence to £1 per metre whenever you buy it. And I'm going to measure at the end and see how many meters it's taken to do the entire job. I've wrote down all the measurements. So the bottom layer of my bow is going to be that. The second layer is going to be the white, and I'm going to show you how to make these bows. And the top layer is going to be the red. I'm also going to be using a button, which I picked up from Home Bargains, to put in the centre just to kind of dress the bow at the end. And then I'm going to be attaching it to the door and showing you how easy it is to do. There's no sewing involved. I might use my hot glue gun, but apart from that, all I'm basically using is cable ties. So it's so simple, so easy. Anyone can do it really. So I'm going to crack straight on and show you how to make the bow. So I've actually cut my fabric to size. If anybody wants the details of the sizes, I will link all of them below on exactly how much material you need to make the bows. So this is going to be the largest bow. So I'm just going to lie it out on my table. Unfortunately, you can't see the whole width. So can you see that? I'll just get everything out of the way because it's a little bit messy here. So basically you'll still should be able to see how I'm doing it. So I'm going to fold it in over from this side. I'm going to take it from the far side and fold it in over so that it overlaps slightly. And then I'm going to literally straighten that up right the way along. So now I've got like a long tube shape. Once I'm happy with the depth of the bow, I obviously want it to be deeper than bow number 2 so that you can sort of see it either side. So I'm quite happy with the depth of that. And then basically all you're going to do is fold it in from one side and then fold it in from the other side. Again, I'll check that it's larger than that one, which it is, and then basically all you're going to do is turn it over so you've got the flat side, and then you're just going to concertina it in the centre and pop a cable tie around, and that's how simple it is to do the bow. So I'll just quickly, obviously I've shown you quickly how to do that. I'm just going to make sure that I'm happy with the way it's folded, which I am actually. Again, I'll fold it over, I'll get my cable tie ready. So that should sit nicely, the size of that. And then when you think we're going to put the red one on top, so they should all sit nicely under each other and you can see a bit of the one below. So I'm just going to neatly concertina it in the way I actually like it. And then I've got it all gathered there. And then I'm going to pop the cable tie around. and pull it tight, and there we have it. So now I could just trim off the excess of the back. Like obviously I don't want that sticking out, so I'll just tweak that a little bit. A lot of this is going to be hidden because it's going to be the bottom bow. I'll just pop that inside. And then I'm basically ready to use my hot glue. That goes that way. And then I would just use the hot glue gun. I'll use one big cable tie now to pull everything nice and tight and gather it in the centre. And then I'm going to use my hot glue gun to just pop the button in the centre. Right, I'm going to switch off a second because I haven't actually heated the glue gun up. My glue's almost hot, so I've just gotten some longer cable ties, which I'm going to use, and I'm going to start building the bow. So that goes that way. So I'll just lie that in place, and I'll start layering the bow. And when I've got it exactly how I want it, I'll pop the cable tie around and pull it tight. I'll pull the cable tight at the back. They're excellent, these cable ties, because you can just kind of do it one-handed. And then before you actually cut it, you can sort of tweak it to get it the way you actually like it. I actually screwed up when I bought this fabric because it's kind of quite floppy, where the others are quite stiff. But it works. So that's why I was going to actually use that for the middle bow, because it was such soft material. It kind of flopped, and I wanted quite a rigid bow sort of thing. So I ended up having to use it for the smallest one. But it's fine. It works. I mean, you could do it with just one bow if you wanted, but I just quite like the full look. So that's why I'm going for a treble bow. Right, and now I'm just going to pop this little diamante button in the middle, which I think is just so pretty. So I'm just going to put a blob of hot glue, well, quite a lot actually, because it's going to be out all over the Christmas period on the front door, so I want to make sure it sort of stays put. Hold it in place until it sets. I'm going to hold it for a while. That should be pretty much done now. And I'm going to snip the back of the cable tie. And put a little bit more glue around the top. And there we have our bow. It's so pretty. It's lovely. It's really shiny. So yes, I'm ready now to take it to the front door and start building it. So I'll take you through with us. Goodbye autumn. Hello Christmas. I put the longest part of the fabric over the door, over the length of the door, and kind of try to make it a bit neater and pull it tight at the back, and I tied like a knot in the back. I did go in later on and tidied up a little bit. I then got my second bit of fabric and went around the sides of the door, also same sort of spacing it out a little bit, and I tied a little bit of a knot in the back of that. it doesn't look very neat the way it is, but I did finish it off later on. I then gathered it together from the sides and the top and tied a cable tie around it and held it in position to get that sort of chocolate box look that I wanted. And then to attach my bow, I used another cable tie. I did have a little bit of trouble getting that on as I put it on the wrong way around. That's why it's taken us a little longer than it should. So I had to put another cable tie through. I literally just slotted that through where I had to tie the 3 bows together, and tied that around. It's a little bit fiddly around the back, but it didn't take too long. But you can see how easy it is to actually put the bow on the door. Like I say, I did go back in after I had finished filming to get all the little folds neat the way I kind of normally like them. But I suppose you can see the overall effect of how the bow looks now. It does need a little bit of tweaking, but I always tweak anyway. I'm never quite happy with what I do. I always want to fiddle with it afterwards. But yeah, so this is the overall look. I hope you like the way it's turned out.